recently moved to New Jersey, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
She was on PR. She was number 4 on NJPR. So, shout out to Fawn. Listen, she's been on an incredible losers run, I have to say. She has won 7 sets in a row to make it here to top 4.
Yeah, and, you know, regarding the upset that happened way, way earlier in pools, that was...
Shout out Big Crumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it has been crazy. I think Fawn originally went into this being like, I'm just going to sort of screw around, have a little bit of fun, you know what I mean? Not take it super seriously, but she has kind of started going off in losers bracket, and now she's going off, I mean, in this match right here, starting off with an unanswered 80%, but oh no.
Okay, gonna be able to make it back.
Yeah. But yeah, looking at Fawn's losers run, after losing in winners round 1 to Big Crumb, she goes on to beat players of the likes of Pizza Ant, Mr. Muggs, Seal, Smash Bros, Hunter, eventually getting that big win over D-Dog to put her into top 4. But most importantly, she beat me in losers round 1, which was kind of crazy. I'm like, why? What are you doing here in losers round 1? But I took a game off her. She was going Luigi, but I'll take it.
Yeah. No, a game off PR is a game off PR. Take what you can get.
Hey, our game 3 was close though. The Duck Hunt Palu game was actually pretty close. I'm holding on to that. Anyways, back to the match itself. Jakal able to survive all the way up to 191, and now has a much more even situation.
Yeah, but not gonna be.
Oh, okay.
The can coming in clutch.
Yeah. Now the can is super useful. Comes out, I believe, on frame 1.
Yeah, it is budget snake grenade in that regard.
Yep. We got snake at home. You know what I mean? We got that grenade. I mean, it still has its own unique traits, being able to, again, be launched towards whatever sort of direction you desire. And so you often see Fawn go for a lot of these different, you know, can combos. You know, one attack leading to can, a can leading to a different attack for a kill confirm. There's a lot of different things you can do with it, even if it is very, like, it's very skill intensive.
Most definitely. And Fawn is showing that off in full force.
Yeah.
Showing that Jakal is not invincible for sure, and making it seem like this is very, very difficult for Jakal.
Listen, she's been at it for a long time. Is probably the most accomplished Duck Hunt player in Smash Ultimate, probably. Oh my goodness. I mean, we see right there, like, just when you think you have a big hit ready to, you know, come at Fawn, she's got that that can on deck as a defensive option.
Yeah, the can definitely saved her there, and we'll see if it can save her now as she's in a little bit of a rough position. We'll see if Jakal is going to be able to secure the stock, but no, Fawn going to be able to come back.
And I mean, Jakal's still doing a very good job of, like, doing his typical footsies things where he's playing neutral, the neutral game very well, like really trying to establish that space with his, you know, sort of disjointed attacks. But
oh no.
Oof.
Unfortunate SD by Fawn, but we'll see how that affects things, as she's been definitely holding her own in very much most of the neutral situations. So we'll have to see how she'll be able to handle the rest of it.
Yeah, I think the can has really been, the different projectiles that Duck Hunt has kind of been a little bit of trouble for Jakal, but once Jakal is able to force her into that sort of more like scrappy situation where it's just aerials on aerials, like, we know how good Wolf's attacks are and how Jakal is able to utilize them well. So that's kind of what he's been looking for throughout this game. Oh, okay.
Very clean.
Yeah.
Getting the edge guard going, using that up B, just enough for Jakal to be able to secure that game and bring it back very convincingly.
Yeah, very underrated edge guarding tool is that up B because of how powerful it is. Able to get that scoop up hitbox. Duck Hunt, you know, when Duck Hunt's languishing in the air, they can be a bit passive, and, you know, Fawn able to make it close, but just not quite securing the whole game. But yeah. And now, I was going to say, and by the way, just so y'all know, again, top 3 is best of 5. So we are currently in best of 3 territory with this match. That's what Jakal was asking earlier. But here comes this game too. I'm curious to see what the adaptations could potentially be.
Yeah, and it definitely seems like Jakal is coming off a little bit stronger right now. Getting that damage going for him is Jakal, but, Fawn answering back very strong right now.
Oh.
Getting combos going, getting damage going, and great tech.
Wow, yeah, that is a very strong tech right there, and very crucial as well, because he certainly would have been out of here for sure if he didn't land that tech. So having that nice reaction time is always a crucial part of being as good as Jakal.
Most definitely, and Jakal is definitely showing off just how good of a player he is in neutral, slowing things down using this gun of his.
The laser. Yeah, no, that laser can really be his best friend sometimes. I mean, we're seeing it during this game too. He loves letting that thing fly, but nevertheless, he is having this, again, a little bit of trouble of like really getting like the big like combos off that you would like to see from Wolf typically. Not really getting into any like tech chase situations either. I mean, starting out pretty well for Fawn.
Yeah, most definitely. And okay,
the DBZ. Wow, that was weird.
Yeah, it was the trade with the up B and the forward tilt. So neither were that disjointed to the point where they could convincingly get the kill on the one another. So both go into the blast zone with that one.
This continues to be an extremely strange top 8 as just like very interesting interactions happen just again and again throughout this top 8.
Most definitely, and Jakal bringing things in his favor potentially, but no, Fawn gonna be able to get a little bit out of disadvantage, but continuing to get out of disadvantage and bring things back in her favor too.
Oh, okay. All right, Fawn. Getting a bit of the razzle dazzle, the coast to coast combo right there, leading to a pretty decent lead here.
Yeah, this is definitely a far cry of what happened in game 1, where we just saw Jakal be able to bring things back very, very slowly. But now Fawn has definitely shown that she is capable of that adaptation to be able to make things very, very close.
Yeah, she's definitely bringing Jakal to his limit. You really have to play your absolute best in order to defeat Fawn. That's exactly what we're seeing right now, but even then, Fawn is getting so much done. Is getting all these combos, and wow, we are going to a game 3.
Very strong 0 to death there from Fawn. Going to be able to bring this to game 3. Last game for both players. 5th and 2nd seed respectively for 4th.
Now, this has been a fun set for sure. Duck Hunt, not traditionally viewed as a hype character, but I mean, she's doing a lot of really exciting and interesting things during this set.
Yeah, and Jakal has definitely been struggling to get in. Not really using much of the reflector on the projectiles because, Fawn is just able to change things up. So it's very difficult for Jakal to really respectively camp because of Fawn's just ability to mix things up and go in when she needs to.
And a lot of thought was put into that counter pick for game 3. Jakal choosing to go to Smashville. I'm very interested in seeing how this counter pick goes.
I could definitely see it working out for him. You want to be able to use laser with a lot more room to be able to counter camp Fawn. So hopefully we'll be able to see Jakal, take advantage of that as well as get combos going using just like the platform as a whole.
Yeah, and that top platform can be beneficial towards, trying to mix up your landings against things like up air and trying to like just expand your aerial game, because I felt like in that air-to-air combat, Fawn, she was actually like holding up pretty well against a traditionally very strong aerial character in Wolf.
Most definitely, and gonna be able to get the up air, but it's not gonna kill.
Yeah, that almost killed, which is kind of crazy, but there is that perfectly spaced back air. That's the Jakal classic right there.
Yep, and now we're looking at Jakal with the lead going into this next stock, but Fawn definitely answering back very strong right now. Needs to find this up air, or at least this kill somewhat soon. But Jakal not going to let things be easy.
Jakal using a lot of that reflector, trying to really just get these projectiles out of the picture, which I definitely respect.
Yeah, the counter camping is definitely coming in a lot stronger for Jakal, as well as just this pressure as a whole.
Because he's also removing the can as well. And now we're in a situation where there's no can, and that gives a lot more advantage towards Jakal.
Oh, but great parry for Fawn. Gonna be able to get out of disadvantage as Jakal just disengages.
Yeah. And, oh, that kill confirms it's not enough, but able to get the juggle with that up air right there and able to get the stock. But she is pretty down.
Most definitely, but not out just yet, especially because this is definitely a situation where Fawn can make a comeback, but she needs to find her foothold. She needs to get out of disadvantage first.
Yeah. I mean, sledge trapping has been so lethal from Jakal. He is so elite at just always picking what feels like the right option. Even there, like, not immediately getting to the punish, but able to get it done with the back throw. And there's that classic forward tilt. Jakal's gonna be up an entire stock.
Yeah, but now Fawn now starting to answer back a little bit, but Jakal not going to let that answer be for long, as he's going to be answering back with damage of his own.
And here come more of the item shenanigans. Try to use those projectiles to her advantage. Is definitely what you want to see if you're rooting for Fawn.
Yeah, and these projectiles are going to be taken out a lot of the time by Jakal, but they're starting to become a little bit more of a nuisance. Jakal is definitely struggling to take care of them just a little bit more.
And I like that Fawn is taking the opportunity to really sit back instead of trying to be like desperate and like try and throw out like in a super aggressive option. This is what has made her, I mean, and this is something that Jakal also does as well, makes them great players, is that they're willing to play the long game even when they're down.
Yeah, they will camp from behind, and they will make sure that they have all the time in the world to be able to make that comeback. They do not want to give each other the approach that both of them want so badly.
Oh, tried get read. She read that that jump from ledge, but couldn't quite get the up air.
Yeah, very unfortunate as well, as Jakal's going to be getting more and more damage, and not letting Fawn really get a foothold. But she's now starting to fight back just a little bit.
Yeah, and again, we're really seeing this long game come through. I mean, just any means to try and get that second stock, to try and bring it to a last stock situation, which, as we know, means that anything's possible. Let's just see how it's going to get done.
Ooh.
Okay. Gets his down B.
Yeah, the gunman coming in clutch, going to be able to get the kill, but Fawn definitely down. Needs to be able to find something to be able to get, just some damage on the board, if not the stock.
Yeah, we're going to kind of need to see a miracle. Jakal is up so much. He's just so disciplined. It's so hard to get a comeback against a player as good as Jakal, especially with, again, how disciplined he plays.
Oh, but
hold on.
Yeah, not doing
Off
a very
stage.
good up smash is Jakal, so Fawn definitely going to be having a little bit of advantage coming into this.
Okay.
But not for very long, as Jakal's going to be fighting back.
That's a big
Two-frame
nair
attempt.
right there.
No, just going to be letting her come back, but...
Oh, this is so close. This is the part of the set where I can't really make any meaningful analysis because I'm just saying oohs and ahs, and there we go. Jakal gonna take it in a close 2-1 set over Fawn.
Yeah, I mean, the counter pick definitely allowed Jakal to do the counterplay and just counter camp throughout most of it. Like, he was very much making things so difficult for Fawn just to be able to camp of her own, as well as just go in as well.
Yeah, that reflector ended up being pretty huge. Right there was an unfortunate SD, but in this game one, I mean, we saw Fawn was up, but Jakal really able to bring it back nicely. I mean, just playing super disciplined with this stage control and able to get that nice little edge guard right there. Great find from Jakal there in game one.
Yeah, and coming up next, we're going to have Jakal versus Vivi. So this is going to be the run back that Jakal, I am sure, wants to be able to win this time. But, Vivi was able to take it.
Oh, by the way, this was so nice.
Yeah, that
sorry
was
for
such a good
interrupting. That
two-frame.
was such a crazy coast-to-coast combo.
But, yeah, like, Vivi took it 2-0 over Jakal. So we're going to have to see how he wants to adapt, because it seems like Vivi had his number for the most part.
Yeah, but listen, we're in best-of-5 territory, so you have a lot more time to adapt. And that game 2 conversion from Fawn was so nice, though. I mean, again, shouts to Fawn. She was able to make it to a very solid 4th place after, again, literally losing in winners round 1. Crazy 7-set losers run, so you got to give her as many props as possible.
Yep, and I feel like just in general, with it came to this set, like Jakal was definitely playing for the long game, way more, and was just able to keep his advantage going for so long.
Yeah, once Fawn started playing a bit more defensively, that was by the time that Jakal had started to build up a big lead. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
eventually Jakal was able to close it out with that dash attack right there.
Yep, and going for the fist bump, but going for the mix up with the handshake instead.
Love that.